I'm Jennifer Bilbrey, and this is On Our Minds, a podcast and vlog about psychotherapy in Austin, Texas. Today, I'm interviewing Dave Kaplowitz. He's an Austin-based psychotherapist specializing in couples and group work. We'll talk about the unique way he works, and we'll also get to talk about narcissism.
Yes, that's what most people, when most people enter my practice.
Okay.
Not everybody.
It's as a couple?
Is as a couple.
Okay.
Yeah. Some people come for individual work, to work on their relationships, but the majority of people come as couples. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so talk about how you work with couples and why you like it and...
Yeah, why I like it, that's a really great question.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, well, therapists either love it or they hate it.
Yeah, it does seem like that.
Right, and the thing, there's a lot of reasons why therapists don't like it, because they have to deal, you get a lot of very
uncomfortable
emotions in the room
yes.
that aren't always being expressed, aren't always being felt, and
right.
as a therapist, we're going to feel all that.
Yeah.
Right, and the idea is over time to help our couples talk about that, the feelings they're having either in themselves, towards their partner, towards the therapist, towards their kids.
Yes.
Right, but it's something that we have to tolerate and hold a lot, because most couples. I mean, what the research shows is that most couples, when they actually come to therapy, they've been dealing with these problems for 6 or 7 years already.
Right.
And so there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Right, and I work with a lot of people that have been married for a couple years, a lot of people, through the gamut, 10, 20, 30, 40 years, right, that have been married.
Right.
And sometimes people have been to therapy a number of times. That's probably pretty common for me. Most people that have come...
Yeah, you're the third or fourth.
Yeah, therapist. And the way I work with people is to help them to start talking about their emotions, what they're feeling inside and what they're feeling towards their partner. And the way I work with people, it doesn't take long before when I encourage people to talk about what's going on in their lives, what's bugging them about their partner, what's not going well in the marriage, then they'll start talking and they'll start having some emotions. And then we start working with the emotions in the moment and understanding how their emotions affect them and how their expression of emotion affects their partner.
So maybe you don't want to answer this question, and if you don't, we can just delete this part.
That's a great. Now you really got me interested.
Well, why do you like it? Because
right.
it can bring up so many uncomfortable feelings.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot going on in the room. It can be exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's difficult.
Yes.
I do think there aren't, because it's so difficult, and I think there's some good training out there, but you really have to be willing to get in there.
Yeah.
And feel a lot. And,
right.
And it's difficult. So a lot of therapy. Yes.
And not get induced to problem solve. Right. This is one of my challenges.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
to just stay at the level of emotion.
Of emotions.
Instead of,
and try and it takes. It takes a while to resist the urge to problem solve.
Yeah.
Right. And to stay with the emotions.
Yeah.
But I have this new idea that I have just developed in the past few weeks around this exact issue. So I'll share it with you, which
exciting.
is one of the ways that we have to talk about problem solving as therapists is we talk about our therapeutic zeal, right? Okay. We have this excitement, right? This zeal, this desire, because we tend to be pretty empathetic and caring people, right? And our clients come to us because they have problems, and we want to solve their problems.
Right.
Right, and they want us to solve their problems.
Yes.
The way I work is, while I want to help people solve their problems, I see their problems as a way to understand them and to understand their lives. And so, rather than solving their problems, I want to understand them and understand their problems. Mm-hmm. And so, when we talk about therapeutic zeal, we talk about this, as you would say, this desire, this zeal, this enthusiasm we have for solving problems, right? Because we get to feel smart,
right?
We get to feel competent.
Yes, and they want that.
Yes.
And then we feel like, oh, look how great I am,
Yes.
because you feel like I just solved a problem, and aren't I great?
Yeah. Aren't I great? Right? You get to look up to me, and I get to feel good.
Yes.
And you know, that can be, I mean, that's helpful to people.
Seductive.
It's seductive, but ultimately, I think it's not helpful.
Yeah.
Because it puts us in a position of being sort of their go-to to solve the problem, rather than to actually help them to develop the resources internally to solve their problem with our help.
Yes.
Right? And so what I have started to do is to take my therapeutic zeal and turn it into exploratory zeal. Is rather than my my excitement.
I need my pen again.
Yes.
Exploratory
well, this
zeal.
This is my latest stuff.
Okay.
This is my best stuff right now. You're getting the latest, Dave's latest ideas.
That could be its own podcast.
Yes. How to learn exploratory zeal, which is when you actually can sort of step back and get very interested in somebody's problem as a way to understand them, right? And to be less concerned with the smart things that you're going to say, right? You'll be amazed at what they'll say. It's unbelievable. Because what I find is when I'm talking to someone and I'm really in that zone where I'm just listening and exploring with them, and with them, I kind of think about it as one of the ways to think about it is sort of grabbing them by the hand and taking a walk with them in their mind, right? You just want to walk around their mind a little bit with them, together. You're doing it together. And I'm helping, right? I'm not just expecting them just to talk. I'm helping them, prompting them. Because I'm interested. I have a zeal for learning about people. Yeah. And so what I found is if I think of something really super smart to say, and I just like zip it for a little bit and congratulate myself for how brilliant my insight is and enjoy my brilliance in the moment, but save it for later, I'll often find a few minutes later they'll say it. Oh. Without any prompting from me. Oh. And so I'm like, oh, cool.
Like unconscious communication, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it's what Alan Shore calls left brain to left brain communication.
Yeah.
Yeah, and is it them? Is it you? Is it you thinking it? Is it them thinking it?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Right.
Who really knows?
Yeah.
But it's when you kind of really explore with them, they can have those realizations.
I can imagine as a client, you taking that stance would really feel like being seen and really gotten, and like that could feel really good. Yeah. I can also imagine though that could also raise people's defenses because you're so exposed, because you are being so seen and felt and
that's why I go very slow. I go very slowly.
Okay.
I go slowly. I go slowly with people, and sometimes people they know what people know. One of the things I've learned is to trust people when they're either explicitly or implicitly when they've had enough. And if I start to get the idea that someone might have enough of that, I'll ask. Oh. And if they say, yes, I've had enough, then okay. Yeah. I've had enough. Okay. And we'll change the subject. Yeah. Talk about the weather or where they're going to go eat next or restaurants in the area or something. Get them, put back together again so they can go out and have their lives.
Speaking of changing the subject, I would like to do that.
Wonderful.
Is there anything else about zeal? Zeal for enthusiasm that you would like to talk about?
No, okay. I think I've said, unless you want to know anything else, I've said enough.
Okay.